What is going on, good people of YouTube? I'm ImJslay. Thank you so much for joining me, and wherever you are, I hope you're having a great day. Today we're playing some Madden 21, but before we get into it, if you enjoy the content, leave a like rating, and if you'd like to see more, hit the subscribe button, and turn the notification bell on to stay updated with all of my uploads. If you missed our previous video, I'll leave a link in the description of this video for you to go check it out, but in it, we build the ultimate budget team for under 500K, so if you're new to Madden, go check that video out. It'll give you a lot of info and a lot of insights on a lot of different players that'll make your team a lot better. So for today's video, I'm excited, man. I received a comment from John Madden himself. I know, it's hard to believe. John Madden, the guy who is responsible for the video game that we are playing right now, former multiple Super Bowl champion John Madden with the Raiders, watching my videos. I can't believe it, man. Look, in the game, there's an Ask Madden feature. Madden's asking me right now. Madden said in the comment section he's trying to build a Falcons team. I always knew John Madden had a soft spot and wanted to come coach the Atlanta Falcons. Madden's trying to build a Falcons team right now. Full 50-50 theme team. And he was asking for you boys' advice. Now, I coincidentally have been thinking about switching over to my hometown team and rocking a theme team. So I figured with this comment, with my intentions on building a team, and just the fact that I love team building, it's one of the funnest aspects of Ultimate Team in my opinion, I figured I'd make an entire video going through my full Falcons 50 out of 50 theme team. This team's nasty. 95 offense. Now, the 91 defense, don't let that scare you. It's actually going to play a little bit better just because of some of the positions that we don't necessarily need. But we got a full 50 out of 50 theme team. Let's go ahead and hop in. Let's go through it all. We're going to go through the offense, the defense, the abilities, the special teams, the chemistries, everything. You guys know the drill, right? So let's start with the offensive line. Now, we did have to fill in some pieces and some gaps, so there's not going to be Atlanta Falcons at every single position, right? That'd be stupid because there's like an 88 overall left guard that would be completely useless right now. Fullback is Keith Smith, who goes for like 40K, which I don't use a fullback anyway, but the dude literally goes for like 40K. He's like a 64 overall. I'm not spending that, right? That's absolutely stupid. So there's going to be some players that aren't Falcons, and Mr. Madden, I hope that you can understand where I'm coming from with this, and I hope this can help you round out your squad, right? So let's go through the offense. Left tackle, staying the same. Chris Samuels. Justin Pugh at the left guard position, that's staying the same. Alex Mack, he's staying the same, but now we're benefiting from his Falcons chemistry. We picked up Bill Fralick and Lincoln Kennedy. These two right here are one of the best, honestly, the best campus hero players. There's about 5 to 6 of them, right? I'm actually going to have a video tomorrow going through the best cards from the campus heroes and the ones that you should consider adding to your team. So go ahead and stop back by the channel to see that video. Lincoln Kennedy most definitely is going to be on that video. These two right here really taking our offensive line to the next level. At the tight end position, Austin Hooper. So Tony Gonzalez is the best option here, right? But his card was just way too expensive. As you can see, my resources are depleted. We only have 42,000 coins. We've got 1,300 training. I did have to use some points, right? I actually almost had enough to do this entire team. 50 out of 50, 50 sprinters, Tier 10 play fake, Tier 10 lockdown, right? I almost had enough, but I had to dip a little bit into the old budget, the old savings account to go through and, well, basically get those exclusive packs to then quick sell those platinum players to get some extra coins to go through, get some training to power everybody up. You know the drill. Gonzalez's card, his Zero Chill card was just way too expensive. So we're going with Austin Hooper, but we'll take a look at the card here in a second and kind of show you. We're going to go through some of the cards just so you can kind of see them. But then rounding out, right? So rounding out the tight ends, right? We've got nothing but Falcons, right? Hayden Hurst, Tony Gonzalez. The O-line, Caleb McGarry, Chris Lindstrom, Matt Hennessy, James Carpenter, and Justin McCray. Now, I want to touch on Matt Hennessy real quick. These lower overalls, under 70s, cannot get the offensive chemistry. So then you're going to have to train your coach up to be able to put what you're lacking and not being able to put a chemistry on Matt Hennessy. You're going to have to go and train Dan Quinn up. Lord knows that he needs it, right? You're going to have to train him up to get him to get that extra chemistry that you can't put on, say, a Matt Hennessy. There's no other center for the Falcons other than Alex Mack, and you can't double up, right? So just wanted to touch on that real quick. James Carpenter, Justin McCray, right? Just rounding out Falcons, putting them in the backup positions. So the quarterback, I could have gone with Mike Vick. I decided to go with the strong arm archetype in Brett Favre. Guy's got one of the best releases in the game. We've got Gunslinger on him, just kind of, going ahead and foreshadowing what we're going to be talking about with the abilities. But this is our Josh Allen replacement. And then Mike Vick, we've got him as the quarterback number 2. Running back, so we no longer have Reggie Bush. I am proud to say that we have upgraded. Now, I couldn't do Kamara, didn't have the coins, wasn't going to have the coins, so I made an executive decision. With me getting 50 of 50 sprinters, or 40 of 40, rather, 40 sprinters, I was able to get +2 speed on Christian McCaffrey. That's why he is in this spot right here. And I now have Eddie George, right? This was something that I could have continued with Leroy Glover. Leroy Glover was never going to see the field, and I don't have the coins to power Todd Gurley all the way up with his limited card that he has for him to be on the team right now. So it made the most sense to have Eddie George right now with my 2 running back system. Calvin Ridley, Andre Johnson, Julio Jones, Brian Finneran. So this is not his power-up. This is actually just his 83 overall. I don't know what they call it, but it's the 50, 83 overall card, right? And then you've got Roddy White. This is the guy that you definitely want to have on the squad. He gets that ×3 Falcons chemistry. So we are literally right at the bare minimum of 50 out of 50, so we definitely needed Roddy White. So a couple of the cards I want to touch on. First thing I wanted to show is Austin Hooper. The reason that we can go with him over, say, a Gonzalez is with all the chemistries, with having 40 sprinters, he's up to 90 speed. 99 catching, which does not matter because I played a game last night and Hooper was wide open. Pressed X to possession catch it. He didn't catch it. So it doesn't matter there, right? 95 short rounding. Unfortunately, the 93 medium route running is not up to 95, right? That's a bit of a bummer. Gonzalez is going to meet that threshold. Once again, just too expensive. But that's the Hooper card there. Let's go ahead and take a look at my favorite card. And the card really that I'd say is why I wanted to switch over to do this, right? And not really one card. I'm a Falcons homer, right? I could have gone with any of them. But this Calvin Ridley card right here, once we get him powered all the way up, have 40 sprinters, and then have him in the lineup on the Falcons 50 out of 50 team, 99 speed. So he can't get any faster, right? So we've literally got an end of the year card right here with 96 short route running, 97 medium route running. If I wanted to go deep, I could get his deep route running all the way up over that 95 threshold. However, we do have tier 10 play fake, which only affects the short and medium route running, 96 catching, and then 89 jumping, right? This is the guy that we use to stretch the field, right? He is replacing Tyreek Hill. Julio Jones definitely could use another card. I don't know what promo it's going to come in. However, on a Falcons theme team with sprinters all the way maxed up and then him powered up, he's still usable, and you can tell by the speed here at 96 speed, right? 97 jumping, 97 short route running. The medium route running just falls underneath that threshold that you would like to see. However, the thing I like about this card is he's got the route runner archetype. That means when we put route tech or slot apprentice on, they're going to be lower ability point abilities than, say, if we put on a deep threat or a physical archetype receiver. So Julio Jones route tech is only a 2 ability point ability. Slot apprentice, if I wanted to put that on him, is only a 1 ability point ability. That's just being able to maximize those archetypes to where we can use less ability points as opposed to having to put more ability points on other receivers, if that makes any sense, right? And then finally, we'll look here at Christian McCaffrey. This is, once again, not a Falcon, right? He is a Panther. However, with the sprinters that we have and have him powered up, he is up to 95 speed, so that is very good. Once again, you can see some of the decrease in abilities there, in attributes. That just lets you know that having those 40 out of 40 sprinters, while it makes a big difference in speed and acceleration, it does come at the cost of -2 agility and -2 change of direction. It also comes at the cost of -2 strength, which is why you're not going to see me run any sprinters on any of my offensive linemen or my defensive linemen, right? So just keep that in mind. But this card is awesome. I still want Kamara. I'm going to get him eventually, but this card is going to do just fine right now. Definitely an upgrade over Reggie Bush. I guess one final one I'll show here, and then we'll move on to the abilities, is going to be Brett Favre. Main thing I want to touch on here is he does have still that 99 throw power, just like Josh Allen, right? 91 short accuracy, 92 medium accuracy, 90 deep accuracy. So all over the 90 threshold. You definitely like to see this. I don't think this card is any worse than Josh Allen. If anything, it is slightly better, considering that Brett Favre does have the best, one of, I don't know if it's the best, but it's got to be close to the best release in the game. I'm still getting thrown out of sacks, so it really doesn't matter, to be honest with you. However, Favre is a solid option, especially on this theme team. Okay, cool. I believe that's everybody I wanted to show from the offense. Let's go ahead and go over the abilities and see what we're doing. I can always tinker around with these and put different abilities on these players, and mostly we're going to see that on the defense, right? But offense is going to be pretty standard. If I do update anything, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But McCaffrey's got backfield master. Calvin Ridley has grab and go, so he was able to get this ability for only 2 ability points. Quicker turning and change of direction after a rat catch. So he's making those rat catches. He's getting up the field, right? Hopefully blowing past those corners, especially with that 99 speed and I believe 97 acceleration. Lincoln Kennedy has edge protector. Same thing with Chris Samuels. Alex Mack has natural talent. We've gone over this before. Begin the game with blocker resistance. Julio Jones has route tech, so quicker cuts while running routes. I could have put slot apprentice on him. I would have had to sacrifice an ability in another area. He just has route tech right now. Austin Hooper has tight end apprentice, replacing the recent Darren Waller. Just makes sense, right? Makes sense for the offense to get those additional hot routes. And then Brett Favre has gunslinger, faster throwing animations, and velocity on bullet passes. All right, so that is the offense. Let's take a look, though. Once again, we do have all of the play fakes. We're up to tier 10 for all of these players, right? It gets all of the added attributes that you can see on the screen on the right-hand side right there. Okay, that's the offense. Let's take a look at the defense. So follow me here on the defense, right? So all of these middle linebackers right here are never seeing the field unless we are in special teams, right? Sam Mills, Deion Jones, Patrick Quinn, Lavonte David. The reason Lavonte David is right here is for chemistry purposes, right? I needed to get to that tier 10 lockdown, and I didn't have any other Atlanta Falcons aside from Deion Jones. He's literally the only Atlanta Falcons you can put at middle linebacker, not counting Sam Mills, who can get any chemistry in the game. So that's why Queen and David are right here for those chemistry purposes, allowing me, once I get them powered up to 87 overall, allowing me to put that ×2 lockdown chemistry on them. Foyesade, Aluakon, Leroy Reynolds, Ricky Jackson, and Michael Walker. So touch on Michael Walker, Aluakon, and Reynolds real quick. They're not ever seeing the field, right? They're just there for Falcons purposes solely. Leroy Reynolds, very similar to Matt Hennessy, is a 68 overall card. I needed him on the field. I needed him on the team for that Falcons chemistry, but I cannot put lockdown on him, so that's where we have to train Dan Quinn up to get that lockdown even further, right? Ricky Jackson, I do want to touch on him. He slides down in this defense to play the left end position. Let's go ahead and touch on the defensive line, and then we'll go through who's on the field for that. Aaron Donald staying in at the right end position. Grady Jarrett at the defensive tackle position, along with Tyler Davidson, Deidre Sinat, Alan Bailey, Marlon Davidson, and Dante Fowler, who are all Falcons, right? Donald, Bryant Young, not Falcons at all. These are there for chemistry purposes and the fact that also Donald plays nose tackle, right? So Aaron Donald slides to the inside to play nose tackle. Bryant Young is here, same reason as Lavonte David is there, right? Don't think I have to go over that anymore. Aaron Donald slides down to play nose tackle. Ricky Jackson slides down to play left end. And still on the team is Derek Thomas. Now, Derek Thomas, I've got him at my rushing right end spot right here. So he was not on the defensive side because of chemistry purposes. We needed 50 Falcons. I needed to have Foyesade, Aluakon, and Leroy Reynolds at the right outside linebacker position. But the way you can construct your team is you can actually put Derek Thomas here and still have all the chemistries on him, including his ability. And then when he's on the field, he's going to not add to those abilities. He's not going to add to those chemistries, but he is going to benefit from them, right? So, for example, he has lockdown. When he's on the field, he's going to still get that additional tackling. He's just not going to add to it. So, as long as you have tier 10 lockdown, whatever you put in there, as long as they've got lockdown on it, is going to get those abilities. Same thing if I wanted to put sprinter on him, he's going to get that additional speed. We'll see that in a second here when I go over another one of the players. But he slides down to play right end. So you've got Ricky Jackson at left end, Aaron Donald at nose tackle, Derek Thomas at right end. I'll go over why they're there here once we go over the abilities. None of the linebackers aside from Ricky Jackson see the field. All right, let's go to the free safety position. So Devontae Casey is the only Atlanta Falcons you could put here. And honestly, he's not going to get the job done, right? He does have an 86 overall card, but Steve Atwater, this was the zero chill free card that we got from upgrading our chill factor, right? Very, very solid card here. We'll actually look at this one here in a second, but he's the free safety. We'll touch on where these guys play here in a second. Lawyer Milloy, one of the campus heroes. Solid card, not one of the better cards, but on a Falcons theme team, one of the better cards from the Campus Hero promos, if that makes any sense, right? He's at the strong safety position. Keanu Neal has a middle linebacker card, so I did lie a little bit. Keanu Neal has a middle linebacker card, and I could put him at middle linebacker, and then I have to put somebody else at strong safety. You can't put the middle linebacker card in Keanu Neal's power-up. If you could, he'd definitely be on the team. I'll tell you why right now. Linebackers, they don't get animations, right? They don't get those jumping animations like your safeties do. When I put a safety at middle linebacker, if I go to press the jump button to pick the ball off, he's going to jump and pick the ball off. Linebackers, they're not going to jump, or they're going to get like half a centimeter off the ground, and the ball's going to go over them, it's going to get completed, and then they're going to look like idiots, right? Lawyer Milloy, Keanu Neal, Steve Atwater, they play the middle linebacker, left outside linebacker, and right outside linebacker, respectively, right? Lawyer's at the middle, not Neal. We'll touch on who's in the left outside linebacker position in a second. Steve Atwater. If I could put that linebacker card in this power-up, he would definitely be there, right? It would make a lot of sense. But nonetheless, that's what we've got going on there. Cornerbacks. All right, so as of right now, what I've been doing is putting DeAngelo Hall and Deion Sanders at the safety positions, right? If I've got safeties playing linebacker, I'm going to need to put corners at safeties. We've gone over this before. This is no different. The only difference is the personnel, right? So, or the players that are playing that position. So I've been putting D Hall and Deion Sanders at the safety position. When I go over some of the cards, I'll tell you why here. Poole has been playing the slot cornerback in my 3-3-5 and my nickel over G defense, and then Trufant and AJ Terrell have actually been playing on the outside corners. I'm thinking of switching that up. I'll show you why here. So we've gone over all of the defense with the exception of one more. So who plays the left outside linebacker position? Well, remember, Atwater plays the right outside linebacker. Milloy plays the middle linebacker. And then we have Jamal Adams, just like Derek Thomas, subbed in at sub linebacker number 2. He plays the left outside linebacker position. I've got a power up on Jamal Adams. Didn't have to use any coins for him. I've got a power up on his 84 overall card, as well as his 90 overall card. And at the linebacker position, just a solid option. Once again, he does not add to the chemistries. However, because I have 40 sprinters, I've got sprinter on him as well. When he's on the field, he gets that additional +2 speed. We'll look at that card here in a second. Let's take a look at some of the cards first off, though. Ricky Jackson, we're not going to look at him. Aaron Donald, we're not going to look at him either. Let's take a look first here at Lawyer Milloy and why this is a good option, aside from just getting those animations, down at the linebacker position. So he's got 95 speed. He's got 97 zone and 93 hit power. So we go over this all the time. Guys don't fumble, but if they did, he'd be forcing those fumbles, right? But he also has 99 tackle and 99 play rec. So this is going to be our user. He's only 6 foot, so we're giving up 4 inches from the Isaiah Simmons user that we used to have. But this is a very solid card. And he's got 89 change of direction. This would actually, with the sprinters, be brought down ×2, but because he is on a Falcons theme team, that actually gets negated by some of the different attributes that you get for being on a 50 out of 50 theme team. So he's staying right at that 89 change of direction. Let's take a look at Steve Atwater's card, and you'll see what I'm talking about there, right? Even though we get the ability, the added +2 on the speed and the acceleration side, we are negated by that change of direction. As you can see here, he gets -2 change of direction, so definitely don't like to see that. We're not necessarily using this card, so it's not a super huge deal, but look at the stats here on our right outside linebacker. 95 speed, 97 zone, 95 hit power. He's got pretty good block shed too, if I remember correctly. Let's see where that is. So 79 block shed, so not too bad. I believe Lawyer Milloy's block shed's like 83, right? So while the block shed, you are sacrificing from what a linebacker would be, these linebackers or these safeties that we have playing linebacker, we're not losing too much. Let's take a look and show you what I'm talking about with Jamal Adams. So we'll come down here, take a look at his card. So Jamal Adams, if it'll let me go over to his attributes, there we go. As you can see, so once again, he's not adding to the sprinters, but because we have 40 sprinters, he gets that additional +2 speed up to 93, 97 zone, 94 man, 94 hit power. Change of direction, not very good at all at 84. 72 block shed, right? So all of our linebackers, Kendall Fuller, remember, was one of our linebackers recently. He only had like 67 block shed, so not holding up as well as these linebackers in the running game. All right, now let's take a look at why I've been playing DeAngelo Hall and Deion Sanders at safety, but then why now I'm considering moving them back down to play the corners. So, these cards are nasty. D-Hall, one of the best cards from the Campus Heroes promo. 98 speed, 97 acceleration, 99 play rec, 95 man, 99 zone. The reason I've been playing him at safety is because of that press stat right there. It's only an 84, so that's not good at all. Similar is Deion Sanders. Let's go ahead and come over to his card. I do not have his full 50 powered up card. It's like 800k for that card, so it really just didn't make sense for me to put that on the team. I just didn't have the coins, right? I'd have to basically sacrifice another area, so don't have him powered up fully. However, this version right here, powered up to, I believe, 95, maybe 94 overall, comes still with 98 speed once we add in the sprinters and the Falcons chemistry, 99 man, 98 zone, 88 press, right? So the reason I've been playing them at safeties is that press stat. However, I'm considering moving them back to corner in hopes that the speed, acceleration, and then just their general coverage stats will make up for that press. Call me crazy, I don't know. But here's the thing. The guys I've been playing on the outside right now, Trufant and AJ Terrell, have better press, but overall are significantly worse cards, and I'm considering them moving them to the safeties. Tell me what you think about that. The Trufant has 95 speed, 92 man, and 96 zone, so solid there. 93 press, so he does have much better press, so we're not really going to get the added ability if I do put him at safety from him having a 93 press stat, but the other stats just don't compare when you talk about D-Hall, when you talk about Deion Sanders, right? Same thing, let's go ahead and take a look at AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell being an 89 overall card, similar to, or I believe this is a 90 overall card, similar to L'Jarius Sneed, is a very, very solid option. I definitely recommend this card, especially if you're running a Falcons team. You gotta have this one. 96 speed, 96 acceleration, so a little better there than Trufant. Coverage stats are not as good, only 90 man, 94 zone, but he does have the better press over D-Hall and Deion Sanders, but when you look at the card as a whole, it's not nearly as good because of those coverage stats, right? And the fact that he lacks in speed. So I may consider moving Terrell and Trufant to the safeties, and then moving D-Hall and Deion back down. The last one is Brian Poole here. Gotta have this card as well if you're running a Falcons theme team. He is a low-key sleeper at 96 speed, 95 man, 94 zone, and 92 press. This guy plays the slot. He's also got 97 acceleration, right? So this guy's playing the slot. He has that slot archetype as well, so the card may play a little bit better playing in the position that he needs to play in, right? But that's pretty much everybody on the defense. Let's take a look at the abilities and see what we're doing. These, I'm really considering toying with these, possibly putting some zone abilities on DeAngelo Hall and Deion Sanders, especially if I move them back down to corner, just to see if they'll play a little better. And that would mean most likely moving edge threat off of Derek Thomas and Ricky Jackson, which I have right now. Warrior Milloy, I put deflator on this, right? More ball carrier fatigue on non-conservative tackles. So it's a 2 ability point ability, but when I'm hit-sticking them, hit-sticking the running back, they should fatigue a lot faster, which may allow us to force a fumble, right? It's happened once or twice so far, so I'm considering just seeing how this ability, which is a newer ability, ends up progressing, right? Aaron Donald with inside stuff, no difference there. Pick artist on AJ Terrell and Desmond Trufant. So we don't have acrobat anymore. We've gone with pick artist just to see how this ability works. It's better catching and improved stamina on interception returns. I have seen my corners drop interceptions a lot. It's been a bit of an issue, right? And I'm sure you've seen your wide receivers drop these passes as well where you think they should be caught. Well, the corners are doing the same thing. So I'm trying pick artists out just to see if that's going to make any difference at all, right? Hopefully it does. Probably not going to. Lockdown. So as you can see, we do have tier 10 of that. That is 50 players that have lockdown. They get all of the added attributes right there. 50 out of 50 Atlanta Falcons, so that gives all of the added abilities right there. We had to do some finagling around, right? This literally took me all day yesterday. I'm not even kidding. I started about 2 p.m. I didn't finish until about 10 p.m., right? That's just because I had to sell a whole bunch of cards. They had to sell, obviously, and then I had to go through and buy all these cards. I had to power them all up. It was quite a journey, right? There's 40 sprinters, right? So that's +2 acceleration, +1 jumping, +2 speed at the cost of -2 strength, agility, and change of direction. So on a full theme team where you use a lot of the players, which we have here, right? Not so bad because you're not really losing out on that change of direction like you would if you're not using a theme team. I hope that makes sense. Let's go over to the special teams. So we've got Morton Anderson. He gets Falcons chemistry. Sterling Hoffrichter. Deion's our kick and punt returner, but you don't get kickoffs now, so that doesn't matter. Here are our specialists here. We've pretty much touched on all of this. Take a look at that. You can see that. And then the team strategy. So this is what I was talking about with Dan Quinn. So if you're going to put a Matt Hennessy and Leroy Reynolds on your team, you're going to be lacking in the play fake, lockdown, or any chemistries that you run. So we did power him all the way up to be able to get that additional play fake and lockdowns that we needed to get to 50. I hope that makes sense there. These also go to the chemistries, right? So your head coach, your light, your dark, and your home stadiums. So we had 46 Falcons players, so I was able to add the head coach, the home stadium, the light and dark uniforms to get up to that 50 players or that 50 team items that we needed to get that additional speed that we want, right? But Dan Quinn, he ain't on the sidelines. Joke's on the sidelines, right? The Quinn's gone. That's our Falcons base light and dark uniforms are the visuals as well. So I think I've covered everything, right? It's a 93 overall team, but this is actually probably more like a 94 overall team when you consider that the game thinks that I'm starting Allen Bailey and Bryant Young and Foyesade Aluakon at starting positions, and I'm not, right? So keep that in mind. This is probably a 94 overall team. I'd say 95 offense, 94 defense, 95 offense, maybe 93 defense. But nonetheless, a solid squad. I'm excited, right? I got a Falcons team that I can finally use. A lot of the theme teams now are usable with all of the cards that have been added, especially now the playoff cards that are added. A lot of these theme teams, man, if you want to use some theme teams now, get the 50 out of 50, now's the time to do it. I hope you did enjoy this video. John, let me know in the comment section down below if I covered everything, brother. If you got any more questions, leave that in the comment section down below. If something I didn't cover, a comment related to the video, or if you just want to say what's up, man, you guys know I love interacting with you down there. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like rating, and if you'd like to see more content, hit the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on to stay updated with all of my uploads. I'm ImJslay. I'm signing out today. I'll catch you all on my next video.